Hey, welcome back. I want to talk to you about what happens because what happens a lot. What do I mean? I mean stuff, things. Things happen. And when they happen to us, right? So let's talk first of all about what happens to me. Sometimes what happens to me is exciting, fun, fulfilling, gives me joy, gives me peace, makes me feel like I want to do it again, right? Sometimes, though, it's not that great. Sometimes it's inconvenient, painful, frustrating. Sometimes it just absolutely is completely opposite of what we had hoped for, prayed for, wanted. So when we talk about what happens to me, the next thing to talk about is what happens in me. And you see, what happens in me is determined by my attitude, my viewpoint. You see, my viewpoint and my attitude toward life determines how I internalize and process and respond to what happens to me because it happens in me. I'm a firm believer that I need to be bigger on the inside than I am on the outside. So many times in my life, I've been just the opposite. I've worked so hard to be bigger and better on the outside and ignored the inside. And so I believe that when things come my way, when things happen, it's my attitude that is based on what happens in me that determines how I respond. And how I respond with what happens determines what happens through me. You see, if I respond in a positive way, meaning that I may not like what's occurring, but I process it and recognize that there is an opportunity for me to learn and to grow. When I process what happens to me in that fashion, what can happen through me can have a significantly positive impact on those around me. You see, it begins with what happens to me and is processed by what happens in me and impacts what happens through me and those around me. So, what's happening in your life right now? Maybe it's not that great, but your response to it will determine not only the way that you feel about yourself and that experience, but it will have a significant impact on those around you because it flows through you. I'm so glad you joined me, and I really do hope that you have an amazing day.